The following is a dramatization by certified clown drivers. Do not attempt in clown makeup or actual footwear. Honk honk.
Wheels the clown. The day the laughter stopped. Prologue. The silence. The news came across the airwaves not with a bang, but with a flat, terrifying quiet. Scientists called it the humor field anomaly. To the rest of us, it was just the day the world went gray. It started in the big cities. Comedians standing before stone-faced crowds, children forgetting how to play, and a strange, shimmering static eating away at the edges of buildings. Deep in the cab of his long-haul rig, a man named Wheels sat in the driver's seat. He wasn't just a driver, he was a professional, a safety expert, and a clown. He adjusted his oversized red bow tie in the rearview mirror, but his reflection didn't smile back. The world was losing its cohesion. Reality was literally unraveling because humanity had forgotten how to share a spark. Chapter 1. The Expert's Eye. Wheels stepped out of his truck in downtown Atlanta. The air felt heavy, like a wet wool blanket. He watched a businessman trip over a curb. In any other year, someone would have chuckled, or the man would have made a self-deprecating joke. Instead, he simply stood up, face like granite, and kept walking. Wheels felt it then. The shimmer. The skyscraper across the street flickered, turning translucent for a heartbeat. Dr. Anya Sharma's voice crackled through a nearby outdoor speaker. Laughter is the universe's stress ball, she warned. Without the spontaneous energy of joy, quantum instability will reach the point of no return. We are fading away. Wheels looked at his bag of props. He tried a classic, the slipping on a banana peel routine. He executed it perfectly. A mid-air flail, a spectacular landing. Silence. He pulled a 3-foot string of handkerchiefs from his sleeve. The crowd moved around him, aimless, hopeless, and sad. They don't need a show, Wheels whispered to himself, his voice raspy. They need a spark. Chapter 2. The Googly-Eyed Gospel. Wheels returned to his cab and reached under the passenger seat. He pulled out a dusty box labeled Emergency Gags. Break glass only if the world is ending. Inside were hundreds of tiny plastic googly eyes on silver springs. He didn't put them on his own head. That would be too obvious. Instead, he took his favorite rubber chicken, a deflated, sad-looking thing named Barnaby, and clipped the eyes to the chicken's forehead. Barnaby now looked like he was having a full-blown existential crisis. The eyes jiggled with a frantic, rhythmic panic. Wheels walked to a park where a young child sat on a swing, as still as a statue. Without saying a word, Wheels placed Barnaby on the empty swing next to the boy. He didn't perform. He didn't honk a horn. He simply sat the panicked chicken down and walked away. The child looked at the chicken. He looked at the jiggling eyes. For the first time in weeks, the boy's eyes twitched. He let out a tiny, involuntary, "Huh?" And just then, the gray mist in the park retreated by a single inch. Chapter 3. The Cascade. Wheels spent the next 3 hours as a silent architect of the absurd. He didn't tell jokes. He created scenes. He placed a googly-eyed chicken on top of a parking meter, looking down at a ticket with utter despair. He put another inside a coffee shop window, peering over a laptop with wide-eyed terror at a latte. Slowly, the laughs began. A woman pointed. A teenager smirked. A bus driver let out a genuine, bark-like laugh at a chicken perched on his side view mirror. Every tiny chuckle was a stitch in the fabric of reality. The shimmering buildings solidified. The colors returned to the trees. The humor field wasn't restarted by a grand comedy special. It was saved by the quiet recognition of the ridiculous. Epilogue. The last honk. Dr. Sharma's voice returned to the radio, this time breathless and crying with relief. This surge, it's holding. The instability is gone. We've found our anchor. Wheels climbed back into his rig. He looked at his giant shoes, and finally, truly, he smiled. He didn't need a medal. He didn't need a standing ovation. He just needed to know the world would continue. He reached for the air horn and gave it one long, triumphant blast. It didn't sound like a warning. It sounded like a punchline. Wheels the clown had saved the world from never-ending sadness. We love you, Wheels.
Like, subscribe, like, and subscribe, like.